let's start cooking again. I prepared here some garlic. You don't have to take all the skin off. You can just leave some of it for added taste. And then we have some bay leaf here. We also have star anise. So don't just limit yourself on a few pieces like I do. This is my preference, so you can add some more if you want. We also have some cornstarch in here. We need some cornstarch, and then some sugar. Of course, sugar. And also we have here the Shaoxing wine. So this is a Chinese rice wine that we will use. And of course the sweet soy sauce. So I prefer to use Kikkoman, but if you have some Likomki soy sauce, light soy sauce or dark soy sauce is fine. And then here is our baby back ribs. So I just cut it in half so that it will fit perfectly on my pot. So it's already clean. So this will be our pot. This is my pressure cooker, so we will cook that here. So the first thing that we need to do is to make a caramel. So that will be our first step. That will be the base of all the taste of our barbecue. So how to do that? So all you have to do is to set your pressure cooker on frying mode or searing mode or browning mode, whatever is in there. So in my case, Farberware, I use Farberware and it says sear or brown at P9. So let's add our sugar in it. So when your sugar become a little caramelized, you don't have to make it perfect, okay? It's really hard to make it perfect, like the caramel thing. But if it's slightly caramel like this, then you can add all of the ingredients, you know, the garlic, the bay leaf, and everything, including your pork. So just continue to put all our ingredients in here except for the cornstarch. Okay, yeah, I forgot to mention that earlier, that the cornstarch will be used to thicken our sauce later. So you can add all the ingredients inside of it, but not the cornstarch. All right. Ginger, garlic, and some scallions or spring onion inside this chicken. By the way, I already rubbed the chicken with salt and black pepper before I do all this thing. And then we just need to fill it up so that it will be very tasty in the inside. And then we just need to get some cooking twine or the kitchen twine. Let's tie both legs together so that all of the things, all of the flavor that we put inside will be intact. We need to make sure that we really tied it tightly. Look at that. So let's start by heating some oil or any kind of cooking oil that you have in your rice cooker. Yes, you heard me right. We will be using rice cooker to cook this wonderful soy sauce chicken. So let's start by cooking our garlic until it becomes golden brown. Let's add the onion. We can start adding our ginger as well at this time. Tablespoon of soy sauce. I am using light soy sauce, the Chinese light soy sauce. At this moment, we can place our chicken inside the rice cooker and cook it for just around 5 minutes. Turn it over. Look at that beautiful brown color of our chicken. So another 5 minutes for the other side. It's time to make our soy sauce mixture. So 1 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, either white or brown sugar, and then add your bay leaf, also star anise. And don't forget to add your sherry wine or any rice wine, any rice cooking wine that you have. And after 5 minutes, it's ready. Yes, it is ready for our soy sauce mixture. Just add our soy sauce mixture in it. For just another 5 minutes. And at this point, we can add our water and then cover it again, and then let's cook it for another 25 minutes. We can turn it over again, and then we will cook the other side for another 25 minutes. I think at this moment you can see the purpose of my long kitchen twine in there. after 25 minutes, I think our chicken is ready. But to make sure that our chicken is ready, take a look at the sauce. It should be thick like this. So it's time to off the heat and make sure that the sauce is really thick, and then set aside the chicken. It's time to make our dipping sauce, the Hainanese dipping sauce. Okay, let's do my favorite part of cooking, the cutting time. So let's just cut some chives, and then also we will be grinding some ginger later after this. Ginger. So all we need to do is to add some salt in it, and then also add your chopped onion chives, spring onion, whatever you call it, and then we will be heating some oil. So whether it is a canola oil, olive oil, it's up to you. Make sure the grated ginger and the onion chives and the salts are mixed evenly. And then when your oil is hot enough, you can just put it in. And you have now a Hainanese sauce for your soy sauce chicken. Now let's go back to our chicken because it's cutting time. So first, let's take everything that we put earlier, the chives, and I promise you, your life will be easier if you have a kitchen scissor. So I will be using kitchen scissor today to cut this chicken. Look at this. See that? It's easier than using a knife. Just arrange it in the plate, and then it's ready to eat. Thank you for watching, and if you use this recipe, please let me know what you think. Thank you. After mixing all these ingredients, make sure to cut the pork belly but not the skin. So after drying the skin, combine 1 tablespoon of vinegar and half tablespoon of baking soda. And then brush it all over the skin to make it crispy. Before I bake it, I added a lot of rock salt on top of the pork belly. Then after 45 minutes, take all these salts out. Don't worry because it will not make your pork belly very salty. After taking all those salt out, broil your pork belly for 15 minutes. Make sure to wait for at least 8 minutes after you cook it before you cut it. Subscribe for more recipes and enjoy! Hello, welcome to another episode of Food and Travel. I will surely satisfy your cravings. Okay, so let's start by making sure that our crab is really clean. Okay, and the next thing to do is we just need to take all the legs off from our crab. So that we can clean this part well. And then I suggest to cut it in the middle so that it will be easier for us to eat it later. Don't worry because all the crab meat and the crab fats will stay intact. I promise you it will never fall off. Okay, and then we need to crack our crab legs so that it will be easy for us to eat it. Alright, for our remaining ingredients, we need garlic and then the sugar is optional. We have tomato sauce, ginger, slices of ginger, and then onion, whether white, yellow, or red onion will do. And then chili flakes, fish sauce. And our main ingredient is sweet chili sauce. And then our ketchup. Ketchup, either tomato or banana ketchup will do. And of course, our hoisin sauce. Okay, so let's start cooking. First, we need to add some oil and the ginger on the pan. So both of them, you can add it on the same time. And then after this, you can add the garlic and the onion. When the texture of the onion is slightly changed, you can add your crab into it. So crab is so easy to cook. So you can add the crab legs on the side of it or on the top of it, and I assure you they will also be well done after we cook it. Alright, so let's just cover it for 12 minutes. So while waiting for our crab, we can start the mixture of all the sauces that I mentioned earlier. So after 12 minutes, here is our crab. So it's almost done. So let's start adding the flavors. Because I love spicy food, let's add some chili flakes on top of it. And then also, it is the time that we can add our mixture, the hoisin sauce, tomato sauce, and all the sauces that I mentioned earlier. Sugar is really optional, but we need to add water on it. To evenly distribute the sauce, this is what I do. Alright, so I think it is ready to serve. So let us decorate it in this way. Put all of the legs at the bottom and the body of the crab on top of it. So after this, we will just need to sprinkle some spring onion on top of it. I actually have 3 crabs, but the other one is still cooking on the other pot because my pan is a little bit smaller. So that's it, and thank you for watching my video, and if you didn't do it yet, please subscribe and click the like button. Thank you. So these are our ingredients: garlic, onion, baby bella mushroom, and then we'll just have to cut all these ingredients into strips. So need milk, and I am using lactose free because I have a baby that's very sensitive in lactose. And also some soy sauce and half cube of bouillon. I will be using butter and cornstarch as well. In a hot oil, start cooking the garlic. When it becomes golden brown, it's time to add the bella mushroom. Just mix it well with the garlic, and then we will cover it. So we will be using our leftover steak that I cut into small cubes. After 5 minutes, we can start adding the onion. Sprinkle some black pepper. Now that the onion is soft, it's time to add our beef. You can use a raw beef or a leftover beef as long as the chuck roast, rib eye, or prime rib. This time you can add the bouillon if you prefer to use that. We can add the soy sauce at this moment. And also our butter, but butter is an optional ingredient as well. And when the butter is completely melted, it's time to add our milk. Now that all ingredients are evenly distributed, it's time to add a bit of cornstarch in it. But don't forget to dilute the cornstarch in water first before you add it into the hot pan. Now you have a thick sauce and it's time for you to taste it. And here you go. You now have a beef stroganoff, which is best with rice or noodles. Your choice. Hope you enjoy it, and if in case you will make this recipe, please give me some feedback. Thank you. All the ingredients are listed below. join me as I cook my favorite shio ramen today. Yes, shio ramen is my favorite ramen of all the ramens because it has the clearest soup and it is so good when you put a lot of spicy in it. And I love spicy. I love spicy ramen. And aside from that, I love shio ramen because it is made of anchovies. Yes, I know a lot of people will be surprised like me the first time that I learned that a shio ramen is made of anchovies and seaweeds. I was shocked because I'm not a Japanese and I'm not a chef. I don't have an idea about that. So, when I got this recipe from the one of the book that I read, I was surprised. And then I tried to cook it and wow, it tastes really good and it tastes really, really authentic. So, come and join me. Thank you. First thing to do is to blanch the pork and then we will mix all our ingredients inside the pot where we will cook our chasu. Now that all our ingredients are inside this pot, it's time to put our blanched pork inside of that. And then we will start to slow cook this for 4 hours. The secret of good chasu is the length of time that you cook it. Now it's time to cook our dashi. In a boiling water, add the anchovies and the seaweeds or kelp seaweeds, whichever is available. And then our bonito flakes. You can add the bonito flakes together with the anchovies and the seaweeds, but you can also add it later. And then we will add salt and pepper according to our taste, and we will start to boil our eggs. And we can start to cook our noodles at this moment because the dashi is almost done. Let's take a look at our pork. So here it is, it's almost done. So before we will continue to cook our pork, we will peel our eggs. And okay, make sure your egg is not fully cooked yet, okay, because you will add it into the pork sauce and you will continue to cook it in there just like that. Let's go back to our dashi. So it's boiling. I think it's done now. So to have a clear soup, we need to use a strainer so that everything will be strained. You don't want to drink soup with a lot of things in it, you know, especially fish. We now have a very clear shio ramen base soup. Now that the chasu and egg are done, we can start preparing our bowl of ramen. Unfortunately, my egg is overcooked, but our chasu is perfect and it's melting in my mouth. The green spicy chili is optional whether you want spicy noodles or not. Thank you so much for watching, and for all the ingredients that I use, the exact measurements of all the ingredients are listed below.